The Duchess of Cambridge spent time on Wednesday visiting a British military airbase which was involved in rescue missions in Afghanistan, where she revealed her kids were very fond of everything aircraft. During her time with the Air Force military at the RAF Bryce Norton Airbase, Prince William's spouse thanked members of the rescue teams who helped evacuate 15,000 people from Afghanistan in recent weeks. In an exclusive interview with People, Loadmaster Sergeant Mark Curtis said Kate knew 3 little ones who would have loved to visit the military plane too. She did mention that her children are very interested in aircraft, said Curtis. It's no wonder the topic of children came to mind during the visit, as many of the people rescued by these military officers were kids and babies. The sight down the back of the aeroplane was a crowd of faces, and there were so many children, like half of all of those flights were with children and small babies, and, you know, those children were just like our children getting on board a massive airplane. They were really excited. Whereas the adults were all more relieved, shocked and scared and wondering what was happening next. Prince George, 8, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, 3, might have received the aircraft bug from their great-grandfather Philip, Father William and Uncle Harry. Prince William was a search and rescue captain in the Royal Air Force while Harry was deployed in Afghanistan for a decade. The late Prince Philip was also very fond of flying and was a pilot himself. He started his training in November 1952 and gained his RAF wings in 1953. He then went on to earn his helicopter wings in 1995 and his private pilot's license in 1959. He carried on this hobby until 1997, when he flew his last ever flight from Carlisle to Isla, aged 7. Despite his sister dying in this horrific way, and the Queen's uncle too, Philip was still determined to learn how to fly. Prince George and Prince Charlotte have some experience in a private plane as they jetted off overseas to accompany their parents on important engagements before they had turned 2. George first took part in an official tour when he was just 9 months old, visiting Australia between April 7 to 25, 2014. Charlotte visited Canada between September 24 and October 1, 2001, when she was just 1 month old. Reports from Hello magazine and news agency ANI said Prince William, Kate and their 3 children were all attendees at Mr. James Middleton's wedding last weekend in France. It marked the first time the 3-year-old prince had left the UK, after being born in 2018. Following what his mum said, the youngest child of Kate and William probably entered his first plane to Provence with glee.